which is problem number 2724, sort by on LeetCode. So let's see what this problem says. So given an array and a function, return a sorted array. You can assume function only returns numbers and those numbers determine the sort order of sorted array. So sorted array, it should be sorted in ascending order by the function output. So basically what we have for our input is an array, which would be something like this. And let's have another number which is smaller, so let's have 3. Another thing that is the input is a function. So the function can be anything. We don't know what the function is going to be. What they want in return is for us to return another array, but this array will be sorted. So for example, if it were just a normal sort, it would be sorted 1, 3 and 23. But the way that they want us to sort is according to the output of the function. So it would be sorted according to fn of 1, fn of 23 and fn of 3. So how do we do that? So there's a function in JavaScript called of array.prototype. It's called the sort method. Let's check the sort method. So the sort method of array instances sorts the elements of an array in place and returns the reference to the same array now sorted. So this is a method that we can use for this problem. Let's check out how it is used. So for example, you have an array and then you pass it to sort, and when you log it out, it will change the months array because it changes in place. So we'll have the output array as a sorted array. How do we use this in our case? So for our case, let's have an array. So let's have a array which is maybe 1 comma 3 comma 2, and then if it were a simple array, then we would do just array.sort and maybe log the sorted array. So this is what we will get, but this time what we have instead is we have a function. So let's go back to LeetCode. So what we need to do is get the output of this function and then sort the original items according to the result. So for that, we know, let's go step by step. So the first step is we know that we want to return an array. Okay, and we know that, let's name it result array. Okay, and we know that, let's also declare this array maybe. Okay, so this is the array that we want to result. Now we know that this resultant array is going to be the result of the sort function if this function was not here. So let's go that way first. So then we'll have result array will be equal to the array that has been given to us and then sort. So this will give you the sorted array. Now the problem with this is we have not considered function. So how can we use function? So the same array.sort gives you an option of including a compare function. Okay, so compare function is a function that defines the sort order. The return value should be a number whose sign indicates the relative order of the two elements. So it can be negative if A is so what are A and B? So A and B are just the, so like if this were a function, I'm just going to create an arrow function here. So here you would pass A and B, and then here you can return -1 if A is greater than B. So you have to return -1 and then +1 if A is less than B. So let's use this in our current setup. the same way I'm going to give it a comma b, and then what does it return? So what will it return? So let's try to have it in a simpler format first. So usually it gives if a is greater than b, but here we don't want a is greater than b, it's already doing that. We want that if function of a were to be greater than b, not b, function of b, then we would want it to return -1, else we would want it to return that. So it says if, okay, so if function of a is greater than function of b, that is what it says. If a is less than b, a is less than b, and positive is a is greater than b. So if a is greater than b, we are returning positive. If a is less than b, we are returning a negative. So this if else condition can be replaced by a ternary operator. So I am going to do that. So let's start with return, and then if you have function of a is greater than function of b, as I just showed you, then it will have a positive, else it will have a negative value. So that is what it will look like. Let's include parentheses here for readability. Okay, and now if you see, this variable is only being used once and I have to still declare it and everything. So what if we were to remove this variable entirely and move this return statement right here? Okay, it will still do the same thing. Let's try running it if it does work. Okay, so it works, and you can see the result. It was given an array and it returns the same value as it was given, so it will get sorted. Let's see another case. It gives x dot x, which is the value of the parameter, and it still works. So that is, let's try submit it. If it works, great, it works. Okay, thanks for watching.